What is up, car addicts? In this video, we're going to be talking about the new Double Money event week as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is for October 24th through October 31st, 2019. So, the new car that came out today was a Pegassi Zarosso. It's a pretty average supercar performance-wise, and the customization is okay, but it could have definitely used more, like a side skirt and suspension option, for example, which it didn't have. The current podium vehicle is the Vapid Car 4x4. This thing looks absolutely hilarious and giant in here. So this truck literally released about 3 months ago, so it's fairly new and a good truck for off-roading, so I highly recommend you take advantage of that to get it for free. Alright, so to start off with the property discounts, there's 50% off the facilities. So last week, literally almost all the businesses were half price except for facilities. So this time we got the facilities discounted half price. So for those of you who have bought them because they were on discount the other businesses last week, now you can add the facility to your business property collection if you don't have one already, and you pretty much got all the businesses half price. So that's awesome if those of you who took advantage of that last week. And lastly, we have 50% off the high-end apartments and stilt houses. So if you've been wanting to move to a different apartment location, or maybe buy a stilt house or buy a different stilt house, now's the best time to do that. Moving on to the vehicle discounts, we have 40% off the Tyrant. This car has the slow handling flag, so I don't recommend it at all, to be honest. I also have 40% off the Entity XXR. Again, another car with slow handling flags, but if you've been wanting it for a while because you like the way it looks, I highly suggest buying it now. And 40% off the Autark as well. This car is an amazing driving experience, literally glued to the ground. It just lacks the power to keep up with the Yamarus and Krieger. We also have 40% off the Hakuchu Drag, one of the best bikes for motorcycle races. I highly recommend getting one if you don't have one already. The customization is also great, and it's just an overall good looking and unique bike. We also have 40% off the original Entity for under 500,000. I think that's an insane deal. We literally just had the Winnie Dynasty last week, which is an Indian taxi, and I think a Koenigsegg for the same price as that is a pretty good deal if you ask me. Moving on to the Summer San Andreas website, we have 35% off the Car 4x4. Again, this truck is the current Casino podium vehicle, so obviously don't buy it. You should try to win it instead. We also have 30% off the Vortex, a very good looking bike with good customization, but not competitive at all in the motorcycle races. We also have 35% off the Gargoyle. If you guys remember, this bike still has the glitchy issue with the large rear wheel upgrade, making it ridiculously fast when you wheelie. So this is a fun one to mess around with.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this.
And 35% off the Batty 801. Not sure why this bike needed a discount. I mean, 15 grand in GTA is a joke, but still to this day, the Batty 801 is still a competitive bike in motorcycle races when you hold a wheelie in the straightaways. So some motorcycle races that have longer straightaways actually benefit the Batty 801, even beating the Shotaros and Hakuchu Drag at times. Again, it depends on the track. Moving along, we have 40% off the Avenger, bringing the base price from $3,450,000 to $2,070,000. Not a bad deal, but still very pricey. Also keep in mind that you need to own a facility in order to even purchase the Avenger. But also remember that the facilities are 50% off, as we mentioned earlier, so you can kind of get both of these for almost half price. Moving along, we have 35% off the Tryhard Mobile. Remember that you need to own a nightclub and a Terabyte with a specialty vehicle workshop in order to even customize it. So there's a lot of things you gotta go through. We also have 40% off the Thruster. Kind of a useless jetpack in my opinion, plus you need a facility in order to buy it anyways. So I really don't think it's personally worth it, especially for that amount of money. We also have 40% off the Kanjali, probably the best tank in the game, but you need a facility to buy that as well. And lastly, 40% off the Akula. If you guys remember, this is the stealth helicopter that has the off-the-radar trick when you put the weapons away. But also remember, you need to buy a hanger in order to even purchase this as well. So yeah, that's it for the discounts items. I'm very surprised there was no Twitch Prime bonuses this week, and no extra 10% bonus off the vehicles either. So the discounts you saw are the lowest prices for this week. Moving on to double money stuff, Rockstar is offering double money on the Doomsday Heist finale, so that's pretty sick. There's also double money and RP on all contact missions, so that's sweet for those of you who enjoy them. And lastly, double money and RP for the Deadline Adversary mode. Kind of like the Tron style mode, if you guys remember that when the Shotaro came out about 3 years ago. I can't believe it's been 3 years already since they added this adversary mode in the game, but if you want to play it again, there should be more people coming back to this week. Also, just for logging in, we got the Pegassi logo t-shirt for free. And lastly, we have the RC Bandito Time Trial Construction Site 1. So it seems like Rockstar only made 10 RC Bandito Time Trials, so now they're just repeating them from the first one. And this week's normal time trial is LSIA. And this week's premium race is Across the Wilderness, which is an off-road race. Anyways guys, that's it. Hope this was helpful, and maybe there's a vehicle or property you're interested in getting now that they're on discount. Let me know down below in the comments which one you're interested in. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.